A U.S. Navy oiler runs aground, forcing carrier strike group to scramble for fuel. This is from G Captain, and it was published on the 24th of September 2024. G Captain has received multiple reports that the U.S. Navy oiler USNS Bighorn ran aground yesterday and partially flooded off the coast of Oman, leaving the Abraham Lincoln Carrier Strike Group without its primary fuel source. Photos show damage to the ship's rudder post and water flooding into mechanical spaces. U.S. Navy vessels don't typically transit AIS signals, so we don't know the exact location of the ship, but a Navy source confirms she is anchored near Oman, awaiting a full damage assessment. Fortunately, no injuries or environmental damage have been reported. This is significant because the 33-year-old vessel is one of the single-hull versions of the Kaiser-class oilers. The Kaiser-class oiler, named after Henry J. Kaiser, was introduced in the 1980s and have long been the backbone of the Navy's underway replenishment capabilities. These vessels refuel carrier strike groups and other naval assets at sea, a critical task ensuring the Navy's global reach and operational readiness. However, as single-hull tankers, they've been considered environmentally vulnerable since the Exxon Valdez spill. The 1990 Oil Production Act mandated double-hull design for commercial oil tankers. The John Lewis class, a modern replacement of the aging Kaiser class, features double-hull construction, improved safety, and enhanced fuel capacity. Named after the late civil rights leader, the ships are designed to meet the Navy's future logistical needs, reflecting a broader push to modernize the fleet and enhance operational resilience. Compounding the problems is the fact that the Bighorn is the only oiler the Navy has in the Middle East. One ship owner told G Captain that the Navy is scrambling to find a commercial oil tanker to take its place and deliver jet fuel to the Abraham Lincoln. If the Navy resorts to using a commercial oil tanker as a temporary replacement, it would need to install a consolidated cargo handling and fueling system for underway replenishment operations. This system includes specialized refueling rigs, tension refueling hoses, and high-capacity fuel pumps, all essential for safely transferring fuel to warships at sea. The tanker would also require robust communication and control systems to ensure precise coordination during refueling maneuvers. This retrofitting process is no small feat. It requires significant modifications to the commercial vessel, enabling it to withstand the unique stresses of operational demands of pumping fuel while sailing at full speed. Moreover, a U.S. merchant marine crew trained in these procedures, which is a complex and high-risk operation, would need to be flown to the Middle East to supervise the operation. This adds another layer of complexity to an already challenging situation. Commercial tankers are significantly slower than Navy oilers, which would leave the SS Abraham Lincoln more vulnerable to attack during the aviation fuel loading process. The Navy currently faces a severe shortage of oilers and crew to operate them. Earlier this month, the Navy announced it might lay up 17 replenishment and supply ships, including one oiler, due to difficulties recruiting U.S. merchant marines. Official Navy and military Sealift Command sources have repeatedly assured G Captain that the John Lewis program is on schedule. However, two Marine inspectors who have examined one of the new oilers told G Captain they're encountering numerous problems, delaying the vessel's overseas deployment. Despite the lead ship, USNS John Lewis, being launched in January of 2021, is currently sitting idle at the repair shipyard in Oregon. As of today, none of the new oilers have been cleared to leave the continental United States. The shortage of both oilers and tankers demands urgent action. The United States must build a larger U.S.-flagged fleet capable of replenishing aircraft carriers and support joint wartime operations. Expanding the tanker security program, enforcing cargo preferences, and repositioning fuel-laden tankers are potential solutions, but they require immediate implementation. With the looming threat of conflict in the Pacific, securing a robust tanker fleet is not just a logistical necessity, it's a strategic imperative. This crisis, coupled with the equally troubling U.S. merchant marine crewing crisis, poses a significant challenge for the U.S. Navy. As we await the implementation of these critical solutions, our dedicated merchant mariners, operating a dwindling fleet of aging logistics ships, will undoubtedly face increased operational demands and heightened pressure to work harder. More stress on the mariners and military logistics systems will inevitably lead to more accidents, similar to yesterday's Bighorn grounding. And that's before we even consider the Navy's severe shortage of working ships, salvage ships, ocean tugs, fireboats, tenders, and floating dry docks, all critical for quickly repairing and returning damaged ships to service. They're very lucky here they didn't do more damage. They do have water coming in, but no oil going out. And everything seems to be under control. It's just a matter of figuring out what went wrong and how bad the damage is and getting it repaired. Luckily, no major oil spill and no one got hurt.